Oh, hi. Our final show, what was really lovely about it is I've been in groups that have done their final show, and it has come because we just can't be a group anymore, and everybody kind of sucked it up, and we're really happy for the final show, and then we split. But this was just this sort of organic realization. They had other gigs, they would be out of town. It was a hard time getting, we needed at least 4 people, and sometimes that was hard to get. And we just sort of said, maybe it's been a good run. Yeah.
And I think at the time we were the longest running improv group in the city at the time.
At the time.
Yeah. Certainly Bats went far beyond that.
Yeah, but at the time.
Right.
And also what was nice is the group had like a core membership, but there's also like this lovely people coming through it. But it still kept its, I don't want to say mission statement, it still kept its view, it still kept its heart of what it was.
And having guests perform with us tapped into all the other talent that was in the city.
Right.
And some joined us for longer periods and, became...
Yeah. One was Sandy Althouse, and she'd been with us, I don't know, a couple months when we kind of made the decision. So she had just left not too long before a group that she'd been in called Fault Line, and that had split up. And so she stepped forward and she said, I'm just really glad to continue my tradition of breaking up groups that begin with F. But the decision to do the show was like, great, let's just have a party. Let's just do a thing. Let's have friends come. Let's have a good time. And the people in the audience were there for that reason. They weren't there for a wake. It was a celebration.
Although we did have a wake.
We did.
One of our pieces was a wake where we were bemoaning and gathering around a casket, or a pretend casket. We didn't have a casket on stage.
Yes, but very...
Yeah, tongue-in-cheek, for sure.
Yeah, and that's why I love the acknowledgement of like, oh no, we're done. and because again, that connection with the audience, that they're in this with us, so they're not feeling sorry for us. That's not a weird thing. They're ending. They don't need to speak carefully about it with us or anything. Why are you breaking up?
Right. Yeah.
It's just boom. Yes.
It was up at the Noe Valley Ministry.
The Noe Valley Ministry, which is a great performance space.
And we kind of had, a certain dedicated followers. Or people that would, it's a Femprov show, let's go, So they then followed us through many years. So they were very congratulatory and laudatory and happy for us, I think. They get to have their lives.
And then the nice thing too, because people were spreading out and doing their own gigs and different styles and different places. Each individual had some friends from that world. So many people also sort of came together for this show too. So it was like, oh, hello, where are you from? You know her where? Oh my goodness, I didn't know she, So maybe some friends were made that night.
Right, exactly.
And 2 people met and fell in love.
Right. If you can, talk about the mix of people in Femprov, because everybody kind of had their strength. You, of course, yours was music for sure.
Yeah.
We had the wacky person,
Yeah, there's, it seems like a group have to be assigned people. No. So we had the people who were more, not intellectual, what's the word I'm looking for?
Academic,
thank you. Who could be a character and have facts, and some were really, really good interviewers who could set people up for stuff.
I think Janine was quite a straight man. Was it? Oh, what? Huh? Okay.
Janine was, and Denise both are really just excellent to work with because of just the ability to be in the moment and respond to that and make it about that person and the joy of that. And then there was the zany one. You gotta have a wackadoodle. And we had our wackadoodle, and the one who seems like the grown-up in the group, who doesn't go crazy or anything. It's just right there, funny, involved, but grown up.
Right. We had physical.
Very physical stuff.
Of which I wouldn't have been one.
Yeah, yeah. Just the willingness to look stupid and silly was big.
Right.
My idols, comedy idols growing up. One of my biggest comedy idol growing up was Carol Burnett, and one of the main reasons was she could be a chanteuse, and she could sing a torch song, and she could be fabulous. And then she could be a maid stepping in a bucket, and falling downstairs, and, be the same person, still have the same panache.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny the words that your brain gives you when you're trying to replace them. So that's what I liked about Femprov is we would do straight ahead stuff, but sometimes we'd just be insane. There was some rolling around on the floor.
There was, unfortunately. God, we can't have a reunion because I couldn't get back up off the floor at this point.
Once we're on the ground, let's do some ground prov now. A couple times Robin would join us, and that was like, at the time it was kind of a mark of, hey. And he liked playing with us, I think because we didn't go, and now we're going to see if we can be funnier than Robin Williams. Because I'd see him get up with guys, and it would be this.
Right, antler dance.
Yeah, and we would do this with him. That was fun. My memory of working with him is we were doing translated poet. So he would speak gibberish, and I would translate it. And he was doing some kind of African language with lots of clicks and glottal sounds. And he said something lengthy. And my translation was, "You'll have to excuse me, I'll get back to the poem, but right now I have a bone ensconced in my throat." And Robin stopped and went, "Ensconced? Ensconced?" And he riffed on ensconced for a while as a fabulous word. And then we went back to the thing, and I was like, Robin Williams riffed on me.